Hello. Hello, hello. How you doing, everybody? Can you hear me? I'm so glad that y'all haven't heard the last 8 minutes of me talking. I really love using OBS as a streaming platform. I really, really love it. So as a quick summary, I was just talking about how annoying it was that opening up OBS and starting to stream, I just didn't have my YouTube chat available. It just wasn't there. For no reason. We've had YouTube chat native in OBS the last 5 streams we've done. Wasn't a big deal. Then, this time, just didn't show up. And I had to dig through all of the settings, log into my YouTube account, log into my Google account, just to get YouTube chat to show. Great. Awesome. That's why we were 6 minutes late to start the stream. Then, find out, even though on my actual voice readout, where OBS is clearly picking up my voice, it's not broadcasting to you guys. It's great. It's awesome. I really miss using Streamlabs. I really, really miss using Streamlabs where things just worked. It's a real shame. Well, I'm glad we're here now. Thank you all for informing me that my voice was not coming through to everybody. Kind of an important, integral facet of this whole thing. And now we can start playing the game. And sometime probably after the Christmas holiday, I'm going to do a fair bit of experimenting to see if I can finally switch back to Streamlabs, or if for some reason it just decides to not use the majority of my internet. So, if you missed what it is that we're doing tonight, we are playing Warsides, an indie Advance Wars-like that I've had my eye on for quite a while. This is a game that I've been keeping track of for the last 2-3 years, and now we have a new demo, a variously playable build of the game. Apparently there's some single-player campaign stuff, some online PvP stuff. I don't know how long any of it is, but from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be a pretty solid experience. So thank you for bearing with me while we get the technical difficulties figured out. Much as I despise that they exist, we can go ahead and play the game now. And the thing that I was joking about, before you could hear me, was they're talking about Admiral Beckett here, and I feel like Admiral Beckett was like a character in Halo? I think? Maybe? Possibly? At least in the Halo books. So I started voicing him as such, and then you guys couldn't hear me. So maybe YouTube chat was just camouflaged or sneaky like that. I mean, I guess it's always possible, right? Always possible. Thank you for bearing with me, everybody. I do really appreciate it. Got some respectable sprite work, too. Yeah, it does. It really, really does. Yeah, the visual style of the game is very strong. Even if the very large head size of our infantry here clashes slightly with our tanks, but what can you do? There's only so much maneuverability in terms of sprite work in that way. Becky's your Jagan, the first one in an Advanced War style game, maybe? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I suggest using your artillery to strike that tank by the river before it advances. I think we can do that. Hello? Did you guys lose the game for a second there? What the hell happened? What is happening with my setup right now? Why did the screen go dark? Are you guys good? Can you see the game? Please let me know. That was my USB, apparently. I don't know what. I'm losing my mind. That was me. That was also me. I'm unplugging all the extraneous USB connections right now. I don't know what went weird there for a second, but I'm going to prevent it from happening again. Okay, so now, here we can see, with all the cursed technical difficulties aside, apologies to the people who are watching live or the people in the YouTube VOD, we can see that we have a 47% chance to hit this tank. Okay. Oh, we were probably dealing 47% damage there. Got it. Nice. Now give orders to the rest of your units. You can press escape to finish your turn when you're done. Thank you, Admiral Beckett. Interestingly, we can't enter this city as a tank, which is different from Advance Wars. Ah, we can start capturing here, though. Cool. Move our recon, move this tank up to deal a bunch of damage. Nice. Okay, I do immediately like the punch of different animation attacks and sounds. Very, very cool. Very nice. Damage on hit rate. Yep. Let's get a recon, because we can, and then we can advance our turn. Right? Yep. This recon is screwed. Nice. All right, Jackson, let's see what we got here. You'll earn income at the start of each turn. The more properties you hold, the more income you generate. Use ground infantry units to capture enemy structures. If a structure is under enemy control, you'll have to clear them out first. Most units can attack structures. Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool. So, interesting. Before you can just send infantry onto a structure, you have to actually deal damage to it. That is a very interesting difference. I like that. Beckett's slightly hungover. I mean, look at the grizzled old bastard. Do you think he wouldn't be drinking on the job? You know how much war this man has seen? Oh, you can't. Okay. You have to declare an attack when you move. You can't move and then declare an attack. Okay. Good to know. Also, it looks like artillery still only has 3 range. Fair enough. We can move into the woods. So now... Oh, there it is. Infantry attack and recon, huh? Not gonna end well for you. Yeah, goodbye. So first thing I'm noticing right off the bat, I feel like there needs to be a few extra sound effects when you, say, destroy a target and it explodes on the map. It just feels wrong that there's not an explosion noise when that unit is destroyed. Yeah, a little funny how the guys just evaporate. Yeah, exactly. I feel like there should be a little bit more of a punch, a little bit more impact with that. You can spend funds to produce new units. Vehicles are built at the factory and infantry are trained at the barracks. For this exercise, we're keeping things simple with a limited number of units, but once you're ready, the full arsenal will be at your disposal. Select the factory with less mouse button to see your production options. Beckett's just completely losing it. Well, let's get a tank while we're at it. Or, actually, wait, no. Tank is 9,000, artillery is 8,000. I don't think we need more artillery, so we'll just hold off on that. Get another tank when we have the chance. Went all in on the Pangalactic Gargle Blaster. That had to hurt. I'm glad these are dummy rounds. You'll need to eliminate all my units to pass this test. Poor Jackson has no idea that he's fighting someone who's completely sloshed. Just an absolute mess. Dummy tank rounds, yeah. Sir, what happens if a tank fires a blank round at some infantry, sir? Nothing good, Private. Nothing good. I swear this music sounds like the start of the Final Fantasy VII battle music. It really does. I do really like all the sprite animations, though. Okay. So now we can start doing fun stuff. Are we able to take this? Okay. So that starts ticking up. That starts ticking up. That's a very interesting mechanic to use where you don't need to have infantry stay on the buildings. You just do the initial tap. And then they just continue to regenerate over time. It's a little weird, but I do really like it at the same time. Bring it down. Oh, not quite. Close though. Yeah, these units definitely need to have some sort of explosion effect if they're going to take the time to show them disappearing on the battle map. Okay. I would also like to see a right-click end turn rather than having to press escape. That's a little weird, but... Okay, yeah, so those tanks can attack those buildings, prevent us from holding them. Fair enough. Good to see that infantry can still deal damage to tanks if you want. Also, it looks like your total remaining HP definitely has a huge impact on how much damage you're able to deal, which is a big part of Advanced Wars. I like to see it. Haven't seen anything with ammo counts yet, which is a little concerning. Because if you're going to have a good war game like this, you definitely need to have ammo, I would say. Keeps top tier units from just being the most busted stuff around. Like how the battle view is in a dossier / folder. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Very nice little detail. Oof. More damage than I would have expected there. Fair enough. Seems like later in the game you can cheese Neo-Tank tier units into just attacking buildings over and over again. I would not be surprised. That's definitely what it feels like right now. Definitely have to see it for myself, but... Okay, so you can't... Interesting. You can't put artillery in cities. I guess you can't put anything in cities. Weird. So, no repair then? I guess? Okay. So we can build out of this factory, even though it isn't fully repaired. So that's good to know. Let's start taking this factory. If you can't garrison things in cities, that's definitely going to have a very big flow impact. Based on what defenses you're able to get, how you're able to restore HP, things like that. Definitely going to be an odd one. Not necessarily a bad thing by any means, but odd for sure. Hey, what's up, Malachi? How you doing, my friend? Well, we've almost got him. Kind of toying with the mechanics along the way has slowed us down a little bit, but nothing too crazy. And he's not building anything else, so we're pretty much done here. Come on, infantry. Infantry really seem to be specialized for taking out buildings, which is, again, fine. But it'd be nice if they could deal a little bit more damage to vulnerable targets like artillery. Interesting, the artillery didn't counter the artillery. That has never been a thing in Advance Wars. Like, indirect targeting units, until you got to the tank destroyers, I believe they were called, in Days of Ruin, could never counterattack. It just wasn't part of their kit. You know, I'm starting to think you might be the real deal. And here I was going easy on you. Careful now, Lieutenant. Yes, sir. Might be thinking Wargroove, you might be. No counters is a feature. Gotta balance indirect somehow, man. What the? Wastelanders? Here in the forest? That's the opposite of a wasteland. This far in, but why? Doesn't matter, I forgot what I was gonna say. You can deal a pack of cards. Cards? I only deal in knockouts. Alright, Jackson, calm down. Each faction has its own unique units. We specialize in heavy armor, like the Rhino and the Giant. We put tactical Marines in the Rhino and then deliver them up forwards. They're in their metal boxes. They'll be safe. Becca's just playing Dawn of War right now. The Rhino is especially useful for smashing through tight spots. Get that Rhino moving. I assume this is the Rhino. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Being able to move units on the field of battle in an Advance Wars game. That is fun. That is fun. Very cool. Hey, no fair. Listen, Mr. Scourge. What do we got going on here? Is there a way for me to, like, check unit stats or, like, what they do or anything? I can check their attack range, but I feel like there's got to be... No controls? Interesting. Okay. Well, we can take defensive positions in terrain at the very least, but it definitely feels weird that I can't look at what types of units I have. I feel like there must be a button that I'm missing. Okay, so here we can see what different types of units we have. Snipers are really good against infantry, okay against light armor, and then bad against anything that isn't light armor. Medics, generally not great against any sort of armor, but I imagine they're able to heal. And then infantry is good against other infantry, and then not great against anything else. Check stats when you buy them. Yeah, for sure. But it would be nice to be able to just click on one of my units on the battlefield and see what they're able to do as a reference point, you know? Fuel value cited. Yeah, buddy. It's a classic of Advance Wars. Love it. Whoa, look at all this. Look at this Master Chief looking motherfucker. That's some Mark IV Mjolnir helmet armor right there. Awesome. Very, very cool. All right. So we got trucks that resupply, maybe? I don't really see an APC option. Oh, I know, it's right there. IFV. What do? Do you transport infantry? Maybe? Buggy, bike, IFV, artillery, tank, anti-air, classic. SAM launcher, missile launcher, also classic. Rocket, which is a very different thing than the SAM launcher. This is anti-air, this is anti-ground. The Rhino, which is actually very heavy. Huh. Okay. And then the giant tank, which just kind of looks like a souped-up medium tank, maybe? But cool. I like it. For now, though, let us continue. If there is fuel, I'm not sure it's implemented yet. Yeah, we haven't seen a gauge yet, which is interesting. I wonder how much more work they have to do on this. Looks like there'll be an ammo count. I would hope so. Okay, so it doesn't look like we load into the Rhino. Also looks like a Rhino can't attack cities, alright. I feel like, was it just infantry that could attack cities? It doesn't feel right, but maybe it is. I do like the Scourge music. Very cool. Okay, so we move with the enemy unit there. Good to know. Snipers attack at range. Very good. We have different defensive values for terrain, which I kind of figured. So it definitely feels like Advance Wars, but... Okay, so that's where we can see enemy units can attack cities. Got it. I want to attack a city with damaged infantry and see how much of an effect that has. Alright. Good counterattack damage on the Rhino. I do like that. Giant tanks. Satisfyingly chunky attack sound. I do like that. Alright, alright, alright. We got some stuff going on here. The rhinos just ran. Got it. I like the animations on the snipers. Very flowy cloaks. Very cool. Ooh, an AA actually deals pretty decent damage to tanks. Good to know. Cool. We definitely need more tanks, though, for sure. I do really love the, like, cyberpunk-esque music. Very fun stuff. Okay. Now maybe we can start actually doing something here. I feel like our damaged infantry is not going to be doing much, but it's at least there. Hello? Oh, I guess you're done moving. Gotta block all this infantry, all these anti-tank, all this other fun stuff that we're dealing with. Then use our infantry to clear their infantry. Good strat would be to use the Rhino to push an enemy into attack range. Definitely, definitely. Beyond just like knocking them into rivers and things that they can't otherwise traverse. The Rhino is definitely going to be a very interesting unit to use. As something that hasn't really existed in Advance Wars before, it's going to be a tricky thing to figure out how to use properly, but it definitely provides opportunities, I would say. And it's a decent target, if nothing else. Okay. Big anti-tank damage. Boom. Interesting. Snipers can deal decent damage to buildings, I guess. Rhinos push multiple spaces and enemies push into water or mountains die, I think. That does seem to be the experience, yeah. Which I do enjoy. Also, you can immediately turn a building from yours, or from the enemies to yours. That is very interesting. Okay. Alright, good to know. Snipers are absolutely infantry, like artillery style units. Very good. Okay, giant tanks are absolutely a force multiplier. Okay, got it. They ravaged those tanks. Nice. So we deal minimal damage with wounded infantry on buildings. Makes sense. Highly endorse it. Dealing what damage we can. We could build something. I don't know that it's really viable. Although... Interesting. Hold on. The bike is good against light armor and regular armor. Uh-huh. Hold the phone. Let's get some bikes out here, shall we? See how they perform. Oh, that's a nice artillery animation. I do really like that. Very cool. Okay. Progress being made. Very curious to see how our bikes perform here. Also definitely appreciating the feeling of endless tank spam in lists that support it. Very fun. Also, I guess endless bike spam. Not a whole lot that we can do here, but we're doing our best. I do like that you can just click to move past an animation. That's very, very nice. Okay. Ah, interesting. Okay. So bikes have little missile launchers built in, but they can only use them if they're on the attack. Cool. I like that. That is very fun. I enjoy that plenty. Me peeked in. How goes the Warside? It goes well, hero. It goes well. Thank you for joining us. Those pizzas are missiles. They are. Which is very cool. I like that a lot. Let's get a tank out here. We clearly need it. I'm enjoying this thus far. All this artillery bullying our poor tank. All right, here we go. I love that the bikes have anti-tank. That is so cool. Like, what a good way to make an effective scout unit. Like, it doesn't have to worry... Oh, you can combine as well. Let's go. It doesn't have to worry about being overly ineffective or anything like that. Also, 1 HP infantry still adds 2 to a building. Interesting. Like, it's not just adept at fighting other infantry. It can actually do stuff, which is so cool. And now, granted, they do cost 5,000 money, which is kind of a big deal for a scout unit. But when that scout unit actually has some decent anti-tank, that's not nothing. Feels like cavalry, sort of. Definitely. You know, someone who's obviously been playing a lot of Warhammer recently in terms of the physical tabletop, and who's been getting into light kind of cavalry vehicle scout support with things like ATVs and bikes in my Space Marines. This does kind of feel like how my Space Marines feel on the tabletop. Minus the fact that they don't have actual missile launchers, but they do get nice bonuses on the charge, which is cool. And what's nice is they trade equally. Like, if you attack tanks with bikes, you take essentially as much damage as the tank does. So it is definitely a trade piece, but what's nice is it's a trade piece that still gets a favorable trade because you're nearly 50% of the cost of the enemy unit that you're attacking. On the flip side, though, if you don't get the attack, you miss out heavily because you just counterattack with your SMGs. So that is definitely a big difference to consider, and I do really appreciate that. It is very cost effective, absolutely. Especially if you have a forward base like this, like, I can keep pumping out bikes, and yeah, they can counterattack some of them, but if I have enough bikes, I can just kind of overwhelm what the enemy has going on, which is really cool. As long as they're not just able to wipe bike squads, which is definitely a possibility. And I imagine artillery is going to be able to just wipe bike squads instantly, if they so choose. But, on the flip side, bikes counterattack pretty well into infantry, so they have good overall versatility, I would say. Third infantry, not the snipers, medics. So we haven't seen how they function yet. I should probably get some just to experiment with it. They can only spawn from this building. But I imagine they probably restore HP to your infantry based on, you know, being medics. But yeah, having a fast attack unit that can just deal good damage to an enemy, especially one that's armored, feels real good. Feels real good. Like, they're actually better anti-tank than they are anti-infantry, which is interesting. Definitely a versatile unit. You can spawn 2 infantry per turn. Is that the hard cap? Or can one building... Ah, interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. That is a fun little thing to note. Alright, so bikes don't deal good building damage. They're not the best at anti-infantry, but they do mess up tanks. Okay, there we go. kind of balances it since they're weaker. Yeah, the fact that you're not apparently able to get anti, like, tank or even just armor infantry means that if you want them to be useful, it's really important that you can get 2 of them per turn. For sure. Looks like we've got a raiding party moving through the forest. Oh, Raven. Are we piloting an AC now? Pilot 621, codename Raven. We've got a special forces team in the area. I'll take care of this. Proceed with caution. We have no reinforcements available here. You're on your own. Just how I like it. I don't have to deal with your drunk ass. Okay. Is this like a full infantry team? Very, very interesting. What can we do here? See this? There's gotta be some sort of way that I can look at my unit stats. It's like, I don't know exactly what these guys do. What are their effective, like, what are their effective targets? What, like, resistances do they have? What are their move ranges? What benefits do they have? How do I heal? It would be lovely to see that. Game volume a bit loud compared to voice volume. Well, let me just if the game lets me. Hold on. As soon as the game lets me do anything. Okay. Please. Thank you. There we go. It did not want to release my cursor. Should be a little quieter now. Bar of some sort near the commander icons, maybe commander skills soon. There are, yes. They've confirmed that directly, which is cool. Advanced Wars copycat game, not mad at this. Oh, hell no, definitely. This has been one that's been on my radar for quite a while. It seems like it's going to be pretty strong. There's definitely some stuff that they have to improve on, but overall, I've been very happy with what we've played for the last hour or so. Snipers in particular seem like they're probably really good. See, the snipers have anti-mat rifles. They're at the very least very strong anti-tank. Or anti-light tank, I guess. You can snipe a guy out of an open Humvee, basically. So right now, I'm trying to figure out how medics work exactly. Watch out for those bikes. They're fast and agile and move through our positions freely. Oh, that's actually interesting. Okay. Does Master Chief have the pass ability? Oh, medics can restore HP. Cool. I do like that. That is definitely interesting. Alright, we'll let these guys walk across the bridge into the sniper kill zone. Well, they insta-kill infantry, too. Snipers seem really strong. decals have been used at blockades to stop light armored vehicles. Yeah, there you go. Makes perfect sense. Do we just hold here and we should be good? Dude looks like Robert E. Lee. Maybe that's what he's supposed to be. So you hold. These infantry are about to get blown the fuck out. I do really appreciate that snipers just annihilate infantry, as they probably should. Hey, Game Reaper, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Happy to have you here with us. We're checking out a new Advance Wars like that's thus far pretty solid. They've got some work to do on it for sure, but I'm definitely liking it thus far. Run across this clear bridge at 3 sniper encampments. Brilliant. Definitely 100% sound strategy for these infantry right now. Definitely don't want to attack that. We need the snipers to deal with this. I don't think this infantry is going to live, but maybe they'll live the fight a little longer. The big thing we have to watch is the bikes. Those are going to be nasty. This is that one game you streamed that I wasn't quite into, Advance Wars. This is not actually Advance Wars. This is Warside, an indie Advance Wars-like, I would say. It's got some interesting stuff going on. It's in a just demo state right now, so there's plenty of stuff for them to work on and add. But right now, I'm pretty impressed. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Damage on the bikes. So we need 2 snipers to deal with bikes. Not the worst exchange. We can deal decent damage to infantry with our medics. Use them as a sacrifice. And notably, snipers can't counterattack. Very good, very good. Man, against infantry-heavy lists, snipers are going to be really nasty. Really, really nasty. No doubt. If you have enough snipers in position, you can probably deal with anything. Snipers do clear medics, perhaps unsurprisingly. Hey, there's a couple of medics living though. Let's go. Oh, this whole top area is looking a little dicey. Remember that game you tried, those tactics mechs that you actually aimed your shots? What was that called, and is there any update on its progress? You are thinking of Krieg's Front Tactics, my friend. And as far as I know, that was another weird USB disconnect noise. I really don't know at this point what my PC's having issues with, but apologies if you heard a USB disconnect noise. That was me, apparently. I gotta fiddle with stuff after the stream, figure out what has a loose connection. But Krieg's Front Tactics is absolutely going through a lot of development right now. There hasn't been a new demo or anything like that, but they've been adding a lot of really cool features like line of sight through building windows and things like that. So I'm very excited for when that launches, but don't know when exactly that's going to be yet. Give me enough snipers. That's it. Always give me enough snipers. I mean, honestly, yeah. Looks like if you have enough snipers in this, you can hold pretty much anything. Which is a pretty cool position to be in, I can't lie. And again, I love the Master Chief bikers. That's so cool. Now, unfortunately, due to the positioning that we're in, we might have a little bit of a hard time dealing with these bikers and then the infantry following them up. I think we can do a little bit of crossfire. Oh, we can. Let's go. So that biker's gone, that biker's gone, this infantry is gone, and then we can move up with everybody else to provide support. Cool. We'll lose a couple of sniper squads, but all things considered, we're in a decent position. So they can't shoot our medic. They can deal damage to some of our snipers, but our snipers and our medic can pick them off in turn. Cool. That's awesome. That game looked off the hook. Oh, yeah. Kriegsfront Tactics is going to be nuts, dude. Cannot wait to see what those guys cook up. It's going to be awesome. Play more Phantom Brigade, but so many games on my list. I also need to play Phantom Brigade. I saw Christopher Odd play it. It looked insanely awesome. I just haven't had the chance to pick it up yet. Medics can't self-heal. It doesn't look like it, but admittedly I didn't try, so maybe? Who's the Bane commander you're fighting? It seems like a generic, like, bandit enemy, which is pretty cool. Our forces are fragmented whilst we fight the invading wastelanders. These nomads are trying to take advantage. We can't afford any lack of bourbon. Take out those power stations. That'll disrupt them. You got it, Beckett. Facilities well defended. Those mountains make a dangerous choke point. The terrain works both ways. Indeed, by another idea. Our army is strong, but they have limited air defense. Take out the 3 SAM launchers and we'll be able to send in air support. Ah, okay. Need to move quickly to avoid getting overrun. So we have a SAM launcher there, there, and there. I really wish I could click on things, see what it is they do. It's really, really weird that I can't. That definitely needs to be a feature that they add. For now, though, I guess we just push as far as we can. And see what happens. I like that we have some new music. Very cool, very cool. Just started the Kriegsfront demo, has my attention so far. It's got strategy, RPG styling, and mech, so it's halfway there already. It's definitely very much inspired by the OG Front Mission games, while still having a lot of other more progressive design elements in mind, like having a world map that you explore and having to deal with weapon durability between maps and things like that. It's a very, very cool demo, for sure. Power plants, that's what they look like, but I feel like they must produce something. They remind me of Vespene geysers in StarCraft, which is pretty cool, but... No, you're only an hour in, but is there a unit class progression, or do you just get new unit types you can add to your army? It seems like you can just build units. I haven't seen any sort of leveling or progression or anything like that yet. Alright, that's one SAM launcher down. There's some recons coming our way. We're going to want to be able to set up here with artillery. Put our own recon in the way as bait a little bit. Wait and get a rocket next turn. Alright. We pulled good aggro there, all things considered. Gonna need something to move up and hold the line, though, because yeesh. There's a lot of nonsense coming our way. I would like a little bit of an animation noise when the barrels on the artillery are moving. That was one of my favorite things about Advance Wars, when you'd have the of a full artillery barrage going off. It was so satisfying. Where they have sound effects, they are definitely pretty strong. But there's just places I feel like it would be nice to have some extra oomph. Okay, good. Infantry still dealing decent damage to rockets is a very, very important facet, I feel like. Oof. Agreed, the mechanical whirring noise, the pneumatics. Yeah, brother, you know what I'm talking about. Absolutely. It was just so satisfying. Alright, our front line is taking a beating, but we are building up our artillery, which is nice. I do really like the bracing stabilizers as well. That is really cool. Just trying to deal as much damage right now as I can. Bikes. Definitely an awkward position that we're in right now, where we need to be able to push as far as we can to try and destroy their SAM launchers, while also being at a numerical disadvantage, which is not the most conducive to success, but we're not doing terribly either. Do the comics themselves or comic-inspired TV like Walking Dead, Invincible, or The Boys? If so, is it cool if I run my concept by you in DMs on Discord? I want to blast my ideas where anyone can take. Your opinion is pretty good on most things. I'd like to get your take. Sure, man, go for it. It might take me a minute to be able to respond, but yeah, I mean, I love The Walking Dead. Invincible was definitely something I enjoyed. I haven't watched The Boys yet, but just, yeah, comics in general, I'm definitely tuned into it. So, go for it. Man, bikes seem really cost efficient. Just being able to clear, like, general damage feels really good for that. I like it. I do not want to take damage on my rockets, though. We're working on the second artillery here with some infantry, but we're definitely feeling a little overrun right now, which I'm not a huge fan of whatsoever. Maybe get some snipers online and start doing some long-range shenanigans here. Oh, the rockets. Oh, God, the bikes. Oh, we're taking some real hits right now, man. I need to be able to destroy these damn SAM launchers. If only I had something like a CO ability. Don't kill my snipers. Let my snipers do work. Okay. Oh, the artillery blew up my infantry, though. Yikes. Yikes. It's not looking good, boys. Not looking great. I think we might actually be screwed here. We don't really have the resources to keep deploying good stuff. They just have more resources overall. Look at all these tanks. My God! Yeah, I think we gotta restart. Can we restart? I don't think we can. So overwhelming force is why I'm hoping that post-SAM air support is a thing. Yeah, I imagine it probably is. Certainly feels like it should be, and I just didn't take the right approach to destroy the SAM launchers. Right now, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Feels like we're just gonna get overrun here. Like this turn. Maybe next turn. Okay, so they do spend resources to replenish your units between turns. So that is good to know. Go ahead, just take all my units out. We gotta restart here. We definitely need a restart battle button. I'm surprised that that's not already a thing. Alright, stop taking my buildings and just wipe me off the board, please. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. So we definitely need to protect our infantry, as well as our artillery. If we can get into good positions early, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. We want to move on the SAM launcher as soon as possible, and just generally get things in position. Let's get a bike early, and we can move on. Our rocket can start dealing with that. Bikes can move. Start capping. Artillery should be able to deal with this. We can move a tank here to block. Okay. Recons are going to be able to move up a bit, but nothing that's going to matter, I don't think. Alright, our artillery is going to wipe this off the map. Done. Rockets can destroy this recon nearly. Well, this recon with or rocket with a recon. So we're capping this. Blow this recon. Okay. We're moving. I like it. Let's save for another tank. 2 SAMs to go. Okay. So we've got 2 SAMs down. If we can rush down the others, we will be in a decent position. Okay. Tank in here. Not too shabby. Much, much better defensive line than we had in the last fight. You just quit the mission, it goes back to the campaign screen. Does it? Okay, good to know. It was not super clear from the menu. You. Get rid of this tank in the back line. Get rid of this tank. Just get here. We win. That's all we gotta do. That's it. Get away from me. Although, if they're hitting my bike, it's really not a bad trade. Pretty cheap unit overall. A lot of damage on this bike, so let's move. Get rid of the artillery. Get rid of the infantry. Severely weaken the sniper. Don't have a ton going there. I think we kind of wait for a bigger tank. What's annoying is you can't move through any enemy cities, which can make things a little complicated. It's not the end of the world, not by any means, but I mean certain things slow you down a lot. Come on, hold boys. You gotta deal some damage here. Just gotta get on the target. If we can just kill this, we're good. All we need. Hold the line, Mr. Tank. Let's go. I love the enemy blocking themselves with artillery. It's so satisfying. It's really so much fun. The issue is we are not currently dealing any damage, which is not ideal. I'm pretty broke right now, but I have 2 dad jokes. You hear about the guy who fell in the hole, he couldn't see that well. What do you call the Terminator after he retires? The Exterminator. I see. I see. Well done, sir. Well done. I approve. Oh, that moves the whole lane back. Interesting. Okay, okay. Cool. I do like that. That could really turn the tide, actually. The enemy, like, formation manipulation that you could do with that could get really stupid. We're almost done killing this thing, boys. Let's go. Let's go. More damage. The fact that that shoves the whole thing back is so nuts, man. Wow. That is, like, really dumb. I love it. So cool. Hold the line, Mr. Rhino. That's all I need you to do. Alright, it's dead. But it held the line. Now we just gotta finish off the SAM launcher with accumulative damage. Maybe we can make something happen here. Come on, we got this, baby. No, my artillery, no, my rockets, no, my infantry. Fuck! It's not looking good, boys. It ain't looking great. So, what's the play? I mean, if I can get a bike there. If I can get a bike there, it can definitely happen. So what if I try to play the runaround? See, the fact that I can't put anything on a building is extremely annoying. But what if I just feed them infantry? What happens then? See, they have a tank going around north, though. Yeesh. Okay, these can go through cacti. So that's something. The fact that you can't stand on buildings is really weird to me. I'm not a huge fan of that. HQ, no! Oh yeah, they have a tank going right for that bike. Oh, it's so rude. That is so rude. So I imagine if my HQ goes, I'm just dead, right? can't get a bike there anyway. Oh, that's so annoying. Alright. This time for real. We're making a beeline straight for that Sam in the back because fuck you. Everything is charging at max possible speed. Everything else is going to be easy to deal with, no problem. We just got to get to that back Sam. Like that one, easy. Alright. So 2 out of 3 SAM launchers are already dead. This one is about to be dead. I think we have it on the next turn. I was just treating this like an actual Advance Wars game. It very clearly has its own mechanics going on. Doesn't matter what we lose here. Literally does not matter. We win. Done. That's it. Air support's on the way. Hey, look at the bombers and the like battle copters. Let's go. And we actually get to use them. Sick. Nice. Let's go. Very cool. It's exactly as Segno was hoping. We actually get to use the fun aircraft. Very, very nice. Getting the tank online. Get the hell out of Dodge. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, with 2 bombers and 2 battle copters, I don't really see a scenario in which we lose just through sheer air superiority. Like, they don't even have proper AA. Like, we're so good. We are so fine. I love the sprites for the aircraft. And they can move over enemy infantry as well. Very, very cool. I love hitting things that can't hit back. Why, yes, I do love snipers. You're goddamn right I do. Absolutely love them. The most funnest of stuffs. Sure, you'll kill some of my stuff, but that's fine. I have bombers. What are you gonna do about bombers? That's right, nothing, you bastard. Yeah, not much left now, huh? You rat bastards. Here I come. I love Master Chief bikes. They're just so cool. You're done, son. There's just nothing you're going to be able to do. I regret to inform you that your days are numbered, Sonny Jim. Come here. Get blown the fuck out, buddy. Curious what the truck and APC units do. I never bought any. Well, let's do just that. I'm imagining that we should be able to load stuff up into them, but hard to say. Never really know with games like this. Okay, so infantry can definitely load into trucks. No doubt about that. And then they can move. And it looks like they should be able to immediately disembark, which is kind of a big deal. Was not expecting the bike staff missiles. Bro, same. It's awesome. Okay. So, if trucks are light armored in tires, and IFV are armored with treads. The trucks are completely unarmed, but have greater move range. But I imagine are more limited by terrain, versus the IFV, which I think is Infantry Fighting Vehicle, which is armored, has tracks which move over difficult terrain better, but has lower overall move, and also has a weapon on it. Either way, I imagine they're both infantry mobility vehicles, I would think. I want to burn one turn, so I can play around with embarking and disembarking. And infantry can move out of these support vehicles. Cool. Now, can bikes get in? Not that one. Okay. That does give me some ideas of what I can do. Cool. Truck holds 1 infantry. It looked like it had slots for 2. I imagine maybe the IFV has a slot for 1 to make up for the fact that it has a gun, perhaps. The Riverlands are under attack, both ground and in the air. Ava at your service. I can handle these. Oh, we're playing as Ava. Cool. We have an old airport here. Let's bring in some air support of our own. What's an airport again? Oh, they're doing the Andy special. Let's go. Andy doesn't know what an airport is. He's clueless. Huh? That's where we build our air units. Just kidding. There's an old cadet rumor someone managed to pass through the academy without knowing what an airport was. Nice. Nice reference. Very well done. That is a classic reference to Advance Wars where the primary commander that you can play as, Andy, doesn't know what an airport is and needs it explained to him so that the player can receive the explanation, you know. But As an experienced military commander, he should absolutely know what an airport is. I hope they didn't give that person an army. Nice. I love that. Very cool reference. Very, very nice. Okay. So we're fighting against the green units here. We have a pretty linear map, which is cool. We can start taking some of these buildings so we can get some income going. I don't have any infantry transport, unfortunately, but we can move up pretty quick. Let's see what it is they're going to be dealing with. We can get a transport helicopter. 10,000 though, that's pretty pricey. Especially when they have multiple battle copters, I'd kind of rather save for a jet, to be perfectly honest. Which of the air units are the most anti-air? Fighters. If they're anything like they are in Advance Wars anyway, they can only attack air, but have a just massive range. Yep. Move 9, highest move range in the game, massive damage against helicopters and normal air units. So yeah, fighters definitely the way to go if you're looking for anti-air. Kind of limited on where we can safely go with our tanks on the south, unfortunately. Definitely going to want to get something going on there. If we can wait one more turn, there's a lot of air down here, so if we get a fighter, it will be able to really do good damage. So let's see if we can't hold here. Considering you can train 2 infantry and 1 truck on turn, could make some early building capture strategies interesting. Oh, for sure. Especially because then, at least in the instance that we saw on that previous map, infantry were able to deploy directly from a transport and get their full move. So if they're able to do that after the transport has moved, that is a very, very nice movement buff. We need to win this battle, giving you access to our orbital strike satellite weapon. Your charge meter shown in the top left. When it's full, you can activate it from the menu. How do I charge the meter? You'll get some charge slowly over time, but fighting enemies will charge it quickly. Got it. Don't worry, we've got it, Ava. We know how this works. CO power's pretty cut and dry if you're anything like an Advance Wars veteran like myself. Okay, one down. Good. So there's anti-air there. Obviously, we want to avoid flying our helicopters or anything else air-based into that. However, our anti-air are able to just remove some battle copters from the map, which is very nice. We can get a fighter jet online, start going after enemy priority targets, and we can have our tank deal some damage to this tank. Everything beyond that is pretty much just the cherry on top. I think we end our turn. Definitely take some counterpunch right now. But he's moved his missiles into a really bad position. So that is nice. We can just nuke this bomber. See ya. Okay, now we have a lot of options here. Let's really deal some damage to this anti-air. Then this artillery is going to be a problem, as are these tanks. But with how much damage we've dealt to their anti-air, we're in a pretty decent position for some counter pushes. I think if we really hurt this missile with our recon, and then deal some damage to the artillery with our anti-air, finish off the artillery with this battle copter, and then push. We're gonna lose this fighter to the missile, which is unfortunate. Aha! Battle power. Aha! Look at that damage, baby! Very nice. Okay. So now, because the damage that you deal is tied to the amount of HP you have left, it puts you in a pretty good position for being able to just nuke 3 priority targets. So now we don't have to worry about our fighter being immediately blown up. We don't have to worry about this battle copter chunking some of our ground units. And we don't have to worry about this artillery bombarding something on the ground. There's still dangerous targets like these tanks, but overall, that is a huge force multiplier for us. I'm very, very happy to have it. Battle copters are also increased massively from the cost that they are in Advance Wars, so can't just go and buy them willy-nilly like I would in old Advance Wars games. So I think for now, we're in a pretty decent spot. Let's just end the turn. It turns out one missile is not that big of a deal to deal with. Yeah, having access to that CO power is the big difference maker for sure. Missile. Really, the only thing our fighter can deal with is this battle copter, so see ya. Those missiles, we can hurt these tanks. We can finish off these tanks. Destroy this rocket. And destroy this infantry. Nice. Okay. We are in a pretty strong position right now. Let's get another battle copter online. And then I think we just end our turn. This battle copter, gone. That's why we have a fighter squadron. See ya. Nice. Pull up the tank. Leave this infantry. Push up these tanks. Push up. Base. They're going to want to keep us from using that base. I don't think they're going to be able to do so. But if we have this forward operating base, that's going to be a huge problem for them. And we're going to be able to retake it over and over. Like, that's going to be very easy. See ya. That, please. Thank you. Get our fighter in range of the missiles so that we can't shoot us down, and then we can shoot down the battle copters. Very classic maneuver in Advance Wars, and here we go. See you later, Grim Reaper, or Game Reaper, I should say. Thank you for hanging out. Very good to have you, as always, sir. Hope you have had a lovely evening. And we are almost done here. Flying just so many battle copters, channeling the power of Sensei right now, and just, you know, for the sake of it, we can build another one. Why not, right? Fighter deal with this battle copter, everybody else deal with the missile, and we're done. This was only a distraction. And you took the bait. I have a bad feeling about this. Nice. How many missions are in the demo? They're attacking our intelligence outpost. They tricked us. Most of our forces are still in the Riverlands. This is so serious I stopped drinking. Keep that facility secure until we can send reinforcements. If we lose the outpost, the name of every one of our agents will fall into enemy hands. This must not happen. Use your troops to set up a defensive perimeter. Riding out to meet them would be suicide. Set up positions and draw them in. There's only a few of them. We can handle this. Is there, though? Perhaps it's pertinent to listen to the commanding officer. Mayhaps he knows more than you. We do have the ability to build stuff. I think I want to save and get a Sam, though. Or maybe just a total rocket? We'll see. Some sort of shenanigans are about to happen. Oh, we're fighting Mordred specifically. Okay. Don't be tempted out. That is my motto. Don't let yourself get baited. As long as you don't get baited, you're fine. Or should be fine anyway. Another rocket. Okay. It was my plan to get hit in the face. I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at the moment, to be perfectly honest with you. They've taken the city. We need to help these people. More may yet fall. Stand your ground, Lieutenant. Defend the facility above all else. Do we have a little bit of a war is hell bent going on here? If so, I approve. Are in position so that they can actually deal damage. Okay. More of them. Gotta hold the line, Lieutenant. That's exactly what we were told, so that's what we're gonna do. infantry attacking a tank. Fools. Absolute Neanderthals. Alright, big fire. Here we go. See ya. Goodbye, recon. Goodbye, tanks. Goodbye, infantry. Goodbye, infantry. Goodbye, infantry. Nice. I feel like it's not a bad idea to have this rocket guarding this area. Okay, lots of artillery moving up. Not a huge fan of that. However, we do have some decent damage output. There's the giant tank. Start moving the rocket launcher. Done. You're not taking my cities from me yet, baby. You're trying your damnedest, but it ain't happening yet. See it. See it. Alright. Working on some damage. Nothing too crazy thus far, if I do say so myself. Oh boy. Alright, that's a lot of artillery though. If we just get some tanks online, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. We already have the big boy tank, so can't say I'm too worried. Go ahead, take my cities if you want. As long as I hold the line, that's all that matters. Those snipers are going down, but they'll be able to take an enemy sniper squad with them. And then we have a whole bunch of rockets to open up with. Nice. We're holding as best we can. How much longer is it going to last? That's the real question. A recon team spotted incoming hostile aircraft. We're not equipped to fight aircraft. Some reinforcements were already on the way. It's not much. Use them wisely. Oh, okay. Alright. Got some anti-air. Got some missiles. I mean, that's pretty good. That's not too shabby, if I do say so myself. I think with the current firepower we have, we should be in pretty alright shape. Unless they get even more reinforcements. Here they come! Alright, 3 battlecopters, a couple of tanks, and a bunch of infantry. Not too worried about that. We're going to take some hits here and there, but shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Especially if we keep dealing damage to their artillery like this. See it. Cool. These lads. Better position here. Some more AA. Ooh, look at that. You can get even 2 tracked vehicles as long as you have the money for it. That is very cool. Considering you have new CO, is there anywhere that explains what his power is? Didn't see anywhere when I played, but I didn't look very hard. I've not been able to find any info about anything like CO powers yet, unfortunately. So I'm sure there's going to be different CO powers, because it'd be kind of silly if it was just all the same thing. But it doesn't look like there's an implementation for it yet. If I experiment more and I'll find it, I'll let you know, but does not look like it's implemented just yet. Yeah, I mean, it looks like if we survive this, we should be good. And AA does absolutely annihilate any sort of battle copter, so... As do missiles. So long as we have those, we should be good. In fact, I think we're going to make a little bit of a defensive coordinate here, seeing as how we have a couple of extra units of this type. It's very, very interesting having your ability to impact buildings not really be tied to the health of the infantry that you have captured. That is such a huge departure from anything that I'm used to. It's very, very interesting. I don't hate it at all. It actually kind of makes for more interesting capture objectives for buildings. But like, man, it's weird dealing with after all these years. Big tank looking like it's living up to its name. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's doing work. Right up there in the front line, not giving a fuck about anything that's going on around it. I love it. I love AA just absolutely shredding infantry as well. Total classic of the genre. Very much enjoying it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to put too fine a point on it, but I think we might have this one in the bag. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Look out, bombers! Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, God. Those are some big tanks and some big bombers, baby. Oh, no. At least that's one bomber unit down. damage in when and where we can. I truly thought we were done. I would not have built what I built had I known what was coming for us. Let's hold our resources a little bit, mayhaps. Just ever so slightly. Yeesh. Do cities heal your units in any way? The only thing I saw was the medic for healing. I have not been able to put units on buildings in any way. Hold on a little longer, we've got reinforcements on the way. Well, if there's reinforcements, I'm not too worried about that. The bombers are dead. We don't really have anything in the way of AA at the moment, which is unfortunate, but we do have bikes. Those are going to be able to put a pretty decent dent in enemy infantry and even enemy like light armor. Thought maybe being next to your own city would heal you, but my guess is no. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that thus far. Which is not at all to say that's not possible, but not something I've seen. Right, come on, get those reinforcements here now. We're getting a tad low here, boys. Yeesh. Seriously? Nothing. Alright, here we go. Everything's fine. There's nothing to see here. We're going to die. Give me artillery. Have anti-air missiles, who cares? Oh my. Oh my. They just keep coming. Surely I must get reinforcements on the next turn, right? Surely I must. That's gonna be a lot to hold against, man. Yikes. Oh no. You move vehicles back to the factory to repair, move onto it. Can you really? Oh, you can. Okay. That is extremely good to know. It takes money, but you can do it. Okay. Well, it might not save us now, but it is very good to know. We really, really need those reinforcements now, game. We really need them. Would be really good to have. No reinforcements. That's a problem. You said there'd be reinforcements. Like, I'm really trying here. I don't have much in the tank to work with, though. I have the laser super. I mean, I do, but like, yikes. We still around them. That's helpful. Let's a save for turn. We can't hold that much longer. Oh, there's the reinforcements. I hear you've been having some trouble. 21st Armored Brigade at your service. I'll let you give the orders. I trust you can put them to good use. Just in time. Okay. Not a great position for them to be in, if we're being perfectly honest here. But I mean, it's better than nothing. Go, rhinos, go. There's a Jane. Hey, Jane. What's up? Coming to see me? Well, welcome. We're playing Warsides. Yeah, it's Indie Advance Wars, which is pretty cool. We just put out a new demo. Would have been useful earlier. The reinforcements or the laser? Because I feel like the laser came in pretty handy when it was used, all things considered. I kind of want to wait one turn and get a big tank. I think with the pincer maneuver that we can get going on here, we should be pretty okay. They have a lot of artillery, so they're not going to be able to get a lot of good counterattacks on us. So I think we should be fine here. Like, we'll take some hits too, but they have to do a lot of moving into us. Okay. Ah, and we have our laser again. Nice. So if we just do a big one of these, zap. Now, we can start pushing things around. Feeling some big damage. The laser can stun your machines as well, just an FYI. That is a very good FYI to have. Thank you. Yeah, given where we're at now, I think we are in a pretty good spot. We can shove enemies into mountains to destroy them, move things around, deal damage. Most of them aren't going to be able to react to anything. I'm receiving a kiss on the back of the head. Hello, darling. Thank you. You going away now? Okay. Bye. Thank you for coming to say hi. What if we just got a bunch of bikes? I feel like that's an appropriate response to what's happening right now. I like it. You can't destroy all these Master Chiefs on bikes now, can ya? Okay. Well, that's an easy finish right there, and then our bikes can kill this right here, and then we can move on with everything we've got on this side, which is like, oh, what if we shove these rockets into these mountains here? What happens? Bonk! Oh, it's so nasty. Oh no. It's so brutal, man. I love it. The ability to just shove stuff into terrain that destroys it is so gross. In the best way. What a fun idea. And with the right terrain setups, you could get
so many double or even triple kills on the enemy. It would be so brutal.
Yeah, I think we're done here, man. Goodbye. Bonk. Goodbye. Boom. Cool. 200% enemy damage. No other class is going to do that. No one else going to take out 2 enemies with 1 attack. You're goddamn right. Awesome. The fight continues. You finished your trials, Commander, yet the real battles are still to come. 12 playable commanders, each with unique passive skills and battle powers, control 30 plus unique unit types, including faction unique units. Single player campaign with over 30 missions, plus online multiplayer battles. Design your own maps with the built-in editor for solo and multiplayer games. Very, very nice. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff, guys. If you are at all a fan of Advance Wars, if you are at all interested in strategy battles, turn-based strategy battles, military combat, or anything of the like, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go check this one out. Wasn't there one more mission in the desert? Apparently not. Do we go back to the campaign? Does it give us another mission to do? Nope. We have done every mission that is apparently available. Oh, wait. Hold on. It said this mission was done. Hold on a second. We have another mission we can do. Hold the phone. Delay those wish lists. Come back to the stream. We have one more mission to complete. Our forces are fragmented whilst we fight the invading wastelanders. These nomads are trying to take advantage. We can't afford an all-out war, but we need to slow them down. Take out those power stations. That'll disrupt them. Okay. This facility is well defended, and those mountains make a dangerous choke point. Oh yeah, it is the SAM launchers again, but it's like a different map. Right? Oh no, it is. No, it's the same thing again. Nah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing again. We're done. We're done. I thought that it was a grass map on the previous fight, but no, I think we're done here. Because we did this one, which is the tutorial mission. We did this one with the snipers. We did this one with the Wastelanders. We did the one with the SAM launchers. We did the Riverlands. And this is the one we just did. Yeah, no, we're done. We're good. We're good. I got bamboozled. I got one guide. We're done. Does hitting end turn while text is on screen break anything? It appears not to. Unless it just immediately ends your turn after the dialogue is done. It does! It does. So it doesn't technically break anything, but it does force end your turn before you even get the chance to like do anything after the dialogue. So not technically a bug really, but probably something that should be patched for sure. Can you multi-hit it? No, it grayed it out. It did gray it out. Okay, guys. This has been Warside. This is a very, very cool one. I'm very excited to see what the entire full game is going to entail. I do think that there's some quality of life things that need to be done. They think it would really be appropriate if they added some extra sound effects and tweaked some of the overall SFX stuff going on. But from a pure functional standpoint, mechanically, I definitely like what they have going on. And from like a sprite animation standpoint, I'm definitely a fan. Like, I really like the snipers. I think they're a really cool class. I like the bikers as well. I do appreciate some of the very classic throwbacks with things like artillery and rockets and missiles, the way that infantry works, the different sorts of armor functionality and damage types and all that type of good stuff. There is some weirdness, like, it's not a bad thing, but it feels weird after like 20 years of my life putting units on cities to have those units recover. Not having that be a thing in this definitely feels odd. But at the same time, the game is in no way obligated to follow in lockstep every single mechanical function of the Advance Wars games. I would prefer that they do some unique stuff. So, very cool, very nostalgic while still being different. Definitely want to give the game a full look once it drops in, I think, early 2025. I believe they said it's coming out in spring 2025. Currently, you know, any sorts of delays or anything like that notwithstanding. So, going to be a fun one. Definitely enjoyed it. Pretty interesting indie. Thought the game was super fun. Had a great map design. All my problems were UI. Yeah, and there's plenty of stuff that they can tweak with that. That's the nature of indie games, right? But from an overall design philosophy standpoint, especially with a lot of attention to detail stuff, like actually having the like proper markers, like the numbers on the sides of the map, and like as Segno pointed out, the fact that your combat screen is located like in a little dossier, all the different sprite animations, the actual look of the battle map, it's all very, very strong. They've got a very strong basis here. So if they can tweak certain things, add some sound effects, brush up a few quality of life options, I think they're going to have a very, very strong option on their hands here. So very cool stuff. Gonna let you use aircraft and see how these troops can do nothing to them. Now we're gonna make you fight aircraft. Good strategic tutorial. Definitely, yeah. No, for a game that very clearly is drawing a lot of inspiration from the OG Game Boy Advance Wars games, they don't just assume that you understand how everything works. They do try to teach you through tutorials and gameplay mechanics, which is great because there are definitely a lot of people who've never played an Advance Wars game, who, despite that, have played other strategy RPGs or just strategy games in general. Like, you know, not for nothing, Fire Emblem, also an intelligence systems game, or FFT, Tactics Ogre, all the other different turn-based strategy games that have come out in the last few years. So if they suddenly see this drop, probably interested in checking it out, but might not be familiar with those more Advance Wars style mechanics. So good to introduce them in the way that they're doing it here, for sure. Just looked up another demo or another video that has the extra desert missions. Maybe it's a different demo for the game I was thinking of. So apparently, I think you're probably right about that. So there was a different demo for this that was out previously. This is the new demo. So there might be some missions that weren't included or were changed or something along those lines. But as far as I know, currently, this is the most up-to-date demo and should probably be the one that you look at in terms of what the current mechanics are looking like. But yeah, overall, I think this one is great. I'm going to do a video about it tomorrow. It's very, very fun. Very much looking forward to seeing what the team puts out for the full release. Hopefully, some of the little nitpicks and criticisms and comments that we've had about this demo will be addressed by then, but we'll see. For now, though, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm going to go hang out with Jane a little bit. Haven't seen her all day other than her popping in and saying hi. So thank you for being here, everybody. Lots of good content to come on the channel. I'm glad that people are enjoying today's Unicorn Overlord video. And I have a bunch of other videos that I'm hoping to have out prior to and during the holidays. So we'll see how many of those I can actually get completed. Until then, though, thank you very much for being here, everybody. My name has been Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there, everybody. Have a good holiday. And remember, be good to each other. Bye now, y'all.